Pegging age limit of Waec JAM candidate at 18 years. Is that agenda that portends danger? Ex-NAPS chairman speaks. Last Sunday, the Education Minister, Tahir Maman, announced that the age limit of candidate of West African Senior Secondary School Examination, WASSCE, the Senior School Certificate Examination, SSCE, and the National Examinations Council, NACO, has henceforth been restricted to 18 years. The directive has received violent criticism from Nigerians home and abroad, even as they are calling on the federal government to revert the order. In this interview with Yemi Adebisi, a seasoned school administrator and the immediate past chairman of National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, NAPS, Obafemi Owode, Local Government Area, Ogun State, Komolafe Oluwatoyin, advises the President Bola Tinubu-led administration to consider the negative consequences of the policy, saying it is a northern agenda to bridge the gap in educational strength between the north and southern Nigeria. He also insists that the policy can put the country on fire again, despite the ongoing hardship from the removal of fuel subsidy, menace of insecurity, among others. How would you assess the recent directive of the federal government on the enforcement of age limit of 18 years for JAMB and WASC candidates? As the immediate chairman, he replied, as the immediate past chairman of National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, NAPPS, NAPS, Obafemi Owode, local government, and a former unit coordinator of NAPS, Mowe of Fada area, I found the government decision appalling, and I weep for the future of a Nigerian nation. Simply put, for us to move forward and for Tinubu government to retain its relevance among the Committee of Nations in Africa and the whole world, I am appealing to the government that the policy be reversed, as it portends a great danger for the country. Education is the bedrock of development in any nation, and Nigeria is no exception. But it is very appalling and disappointing that our leaders are toiling with our educational system. Permit me to remind you that the immediate former Minister of Education, having spent 8 years, suddenly realized that he had no experience in education, yet he was serving with that responsibility for 8 years. That was after he has wasted the productive years, months and days that ASU went on strike and he almost destroyed the education system. Talking about the current challenge, they ask, this is neither at a time like this, it's a policy somersault. You remember that a 13-year-old girl is qualified to marry. You remember what happened in the Senate with our brother Ahmed Jerima, and those who formulated policies defended that action under the region. And yet, a girl of 16 years cannot write Waec, NECO or JAMB, and yet cannot go to the university. We should be weeping for this country. I may be sounding sentimental, but this is a fact. It's a northern agenda to bridge the educational gap between the south and the north. Well, the government, if they may likely say that a child below the age of 18 shouldn't enter university, what is the problem with Waec and NECO? What will be the fate of millions of children in the SS3 currently, and even those in SS2, if they want a policy like this? I think they should have gone deep down to start this from the primary section, to make the necessary structural adjustment from the primary schools instead of starting from the top. If you want to build a house, you cannot start from the rooftop or the foundation. So I think it's high time that Nigeria woke up from its slumber and get things right. I think we are in for a big trouble in this country. They asked him, what do you think might be the effects of a new educational policy on Nigeria as a whole? He replied, one of the effects that will be so noticeable will be the admission rate will be so scanty. Year one in most of the university classes will be empty, I can assure you. The universities will be scouting around for students to come in. To fill quota, they will put people they see there. All the people you are seeing, we are scoring high marks in JAM, are they 20 or 19 years? Just go around and check. They asked, what is advice to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu pertaining to this policy? He replied, my advice to President Tinubu is that he should think about it, because this policy will affect millions of homes, and the All Progressive Congress should just forget it, especially with the fuel scarcity affecting everyone. He should kindly tell the minister to wake up and reverse his decision, especially saying that a child that is less than 18 years cannot write Waec. It is unheard of. Another reason why this policy needs to be reversed is because the people it will majorly affect are the people who believes he has the most support from the southern parts of the country. They asked him, "You have speculated that the policy is a northern agenda. Can you further substantiate your claim with more facts?" He replied, "I have just said that a 13-year-old girl child is matured enough to get married. I mentioned the name of our former Senator Urima, and I equally mentioned our former Minister of Education under Buhari, having spent 8 years, came out to say he knows nothing about education." Here again is another northern man bringing this. What else do I need to substantiate that it could be another agenda to breach the educational gap between the south and the north? They are simply giving room for suspicion when they insist on enforcing a policy that is affecting certain parts of the country adversely. I have no regret for whatever I said. Some people defended that the then Senator Yurima's action under religion. People rose to defend Senator Yurima that a child age does not determine maturity and bringing all sort of disagreement to support him. So these are my reasons and fears. These people are raving mad. God. I say I know what they talk this kind of thing, but these people, they are raving crazy. They are mad. They need psychiatric evaluation. So in the midst of say we no see waiting like me now, if you see as the yam with the hungry me, not be all this to yam better old yam with vegetable sauce and the hungry man I did so. Where they think as I go use comot better money for pockets, go cook this thing as the hungry me so that I no go shop and for dream. So in the midst of the hunger, in the midst of the expense of fuel, these people that are raving mad are now coming out to tell us that number one, your child will not even write JAMB. Under 18 is no longer accepted. And then your child cannot write Waec. These people, what is she? What is she? What is she? What is the meaning of this? Hey. You know, as my mouth they close. Because I don't even know if I go talk. So in the midst of all the problems we have in this country, no, these people, they won't whine us now. This cannot be true. They just want us to divert our attention. Maybe that's what they want. But to say, oh God, why they go even put another why they go put another dollar for that place where they come out the first dollar from? Because now this kind of thing they make me vex. You come out dollar, we talk say no sabi anything concerned. Come put another dollar, we know how. Now listen to this. A 13-year-old girl can get married. A 14-year-old, but 18 years old girl cannot go. I think it is clear. It's so clear. People are crazy. You are crazy. Oh God. Now Tinubu turned to destroy Nigeria. His predecessor was able to sell all the oil in Nigeria in advance, rendering Nigeria's future useless. Then let him destroy the other pillars of a country: education, health, and security. At that point, Nigeria will no longer be in existence. It has been a long-term project for Tinubu to crumble this nation, but I'm concerned when scholars in upper and lower houses of legislature allow themselves into this kind of mess, particularly the Senate president. See those people. If I talk what's in there for my chest for those people, the body goes surplus. So my yapa. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.